Hello, my name is Ray, and I have Wegener's granulomatosis.
And my name is Leslie. I'm Ray's partner, and we've been together for 22 years.
Wegener's granulomatosis is not easy to say for a start. Rare lung disease. It's left me with problems with my lungs. I have also had other problems with my circulation. The summer of 2007, I started feeling really unwell from never having been ill a day in my life. I was not sleeping, I was having blinding headaches, I was getting up in the morning and there was a lot of muck on my pillow that had come from my lungs through my nose in the night. I was backwards and forwards to my local GP over the course of 3 months and just dismissed every time with antibiotics and being told I had sinusitis, acute sinusitis, severe sinusitis. And it was only when I saw the fourth doctor at my surgery that she initiated some blood tests, and even the first blood test didn't come back with anything clear. So then she decided, with a bit of persuasion from my partner, that I needed to be in hospital because I was really, really ill. And even when I was checked out in the hospital, they said to me, "We'll have you home tomorrow morning, it's sinusitis." And from there on, I was in hospital for the whole month because I guess somebody realised the gravity of my situation, and it was only through doing blood cultures that they came back with a diagnosis.
During the time that this was building up to how ill Ray became, he had a lot of symptoms. He had dreadful nosebleeds. He had sweats every night. I'd have to change the bedding every day. It really just took over his life. He was trying to work and carry on in his building business, which just became impossible because he just didn't have the energy to get out of bed to go to work in the morning. And because of the breathing problems, it was just totally impossible for him to work. But he lost an awful lot of weight, and it was only by our insistence that they did investigate it further, and being in hospital for a month, that they then finally found what the problem was. Because initially the symptoms related to other illnesses, and it took an awful long time to eliminate everything before they found really what the problem was and before the treatment could start.
Yeah, so then, part of my, when it was discovered that I had significant problems breathing, I had some magic eye tests done, and that revealed that the tubeway between the top and bottom lobes in my lung were narrowed and heavily scarred, and they were so closed down that there was virtually no air getting into the bottom half of my lung. It was uncomfortable. I was being treated then in 3 different health boards, 3 different hospitals. I had to go to Swansea then for the first of my magic eyes under local anaesthetic, I believe, and it wasn't comfortable. It did cause a bit of bleeding afterwards, but it's to be expected, as I was told. It wasn't a nice experience, but obviously it had to be done to see what the problem was. I did also have a balloon put down to open my airways, and that happened I think 3 times before it got open to a fair extent that I could breathe and live my life normally. I have side effects from whether it was the treatment or the illness. I'm constantly so fatigued and feeling weak. I had to give up work. I sleep probably 12 hours a day, but it doesn't look like I've slept in weeks. I'm just so worn out. I also developed sleep apnea, which I wear a CPAP mask every night now.
It's had a lot of effects on Ray. I mean, the fact that he had the illness and he had to give up work when he was doing quite well, that resulted in other things. He became very down and depressed and had some treatment for that, and it was a big life change for him, and it was a life change for me as well, because I'd never had had to cope with anybody who had such a serious illness before. But with perseverance, I think Ray's doing well now, and we've adapted our lifestyle, because we can't just get up and go at the drop of a hat. We have to plan trips and consider, going on holiday, that it's good walk-in levels. We can't cope with too many stairs or hills. But we've done well, and Ray's been amazing, and we've had some fabulous holidays just by some forward thinking and planning. I think that these types of illnesses, because they are so rare, I think we need to bring them to people's attention to make them more aware, and the problems that you can have to contend with on a day-to-day basis. I think a support group for people with illnesses that does affect their breathing, perhaps if they could have some meetings and come together and discuss it, that would be good, because when Ray was first diagnosed, there wasn't a support group. We'd never heard of the illness, and we really wanted to find out how other people coped with living with such a condition.
Well, I've had first-class treatment. I know a lot of people say the NHS is bad, but I can only say good things. I've been treated now for 12 years, and initially, like I said, over 3 health boards, including chemotherapy at Bridgend, and it's been a bad experience illness-wise, but it's been a very good experience. So well done, the NHS.
I think they've been absolutely great the way they've helped Ray.